to Win Souls TV. This is your host, Jeff Thomas. That ain't nothing new. Y'all know that by now. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, let's jump right on into the verse. So we are coming out of John 9, and I'm kind of piggybacking off of a video that I made previously concerning releasing the power of God. You know, release his power is what I believe I titled the video. But here we go. John 9, 1 through 4. It said, as he passed along, he noticed a blind man from his birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he should be born blind? So basically they're asking him, like, what's the reason for him being born blind? Was it because of his parents' sin, or was it because of his sin? Like, what is it? Because, you know, the sins of the parents are kind of passed down or whatever. So and then Jesus answered, it was not that this man or his parents sinned, but he was born blind in order that the workings of God should be manifested in him, or displayed through him, or illustrated through him. We must work the works of him who sent me and be busy with his business while it is daylight. Night is coming when no man can work. Yo, those verses are so rich right there, because literally there are people in this world that were born with inabilities. There are people in this world that believe that they were born with a handicap. And I won't necessarily say they were a handicap, but I will definitely say that there are people in this world that really feel like they were born different, but in reality they can be used as an example of the power of God. Why? Through us releasing the power of God, right? It's one thing to read your Bible. It's one thing to go to church. It's one thing to be a spirit-filled believer. Yeah, that's all fine and good. I feel like you can really be spirit-filled without actually going out and doing the works of Christ, though. You see what I'm saying? Because there was a time period where I was just reading the Bible and I knew the word, I was spirit-filled, but I wasn't releasing that power. You see? I wasn't releasing it in terms of actually going out and actively trying to heal people, and actively trying to heal, you know, raise the dead, and actively trying to fulfill the things that he has told us to go and do. Basically, he is talking about these people are an opportunity for us to be used to show a manifestation of his power. You know, regardless of whether we want to believe it or not, we live in a world where seeing is believing. Okay, it's not the case necessarily with a lot of Christians. I know it was the case with me. You know, I didn't really fully come to Christ or start walking the way of a Christian until I saw his power. You see? And then I was like, okay, nobody can tell me anything different. And if you read later on in John 9, that guy, regardless of any type of repercussions, because the Jews were talking about, hey, we're going to kick you out of the synagogue permanently if you keep talking about this Jesus character. And his parents were afraid, but that dude, he was just like, look, I don't care what kind of repercussions you have, but I'm going to tell you the truth. This is the truth. And I done told it to you about 4 or 5 times. You see what I'm saying? And those people are some of the strongest believers. Why? Because they know beyond the shadow of a doubt that he exists. There is no play after that. You can't play with the word after you have experienced his power. Because then you know that the word is in concordance with his power. You see? And then everything from that point on is the truth. It's not just a little mystical thing that his pastor is getting up there and talking about. It's the truth, you see? And we need to be used to release that power upon the world, and so that people can experience that power. Who wants to follow a God that most Christians make Jesus look like? A lot of times we make Jesus look like a powerless God, a weak God. How do we do that? Well, guess what? We walk around and we don't actually try and fulfill the word. We don't resist any type of lust. We don't guard our tongues. We don't do this. We don't do that. And so it's just like, why would I ever want to be a part of being a Christian when they're no different than me? See, when we start doing the word is when that word will be made manifest in this world. You guys be blessed. Have a good one.